This is the exterior inspection. I'm standing at the front left of the building, and right above me here, in this area here, we have a differential crack. It's caused by settlement in the building. It runs along the bricks and between the stonework and right up to the roof line. It's very typical of when a building settles. Now, building settlement is common in Texas. We have what we call expansive soils, and as such they expand and contract, and as they do so they cause the building to move up and down. Now, if one part of the building moves at a different rate to the other, differential, right, you get the cracks appearing that we've got up there. We're going to have a closer look at that in a bit, just looking around this area to try and ascertain the severity of the movement. The cracks down here, we're showing some sign of cracking. Also, we've got gaps up here, quite aside from the movement in the foundation. This is from the building. It should have been sealed up there, and it's not. Moving down the left elevation. Now, somebody's put a flower bed here and point it out in the report. You don't want to do that. That actually puts a lot of water pressure in a particular position here, and maybe one of the reasons why the foundation has moved. Contributing factor. At the left hand elevation, we have a small retaining wall here. It's got some cracks in it. It's an engineered retaining wall. It wouldn't have been built by the builder, it had been built by the developer. We have another one here. Expansion gap, drain lines, drain pipes. And then we go to the rear elevation. The retaining wall is looking in reasonable condition. A little bit of movement here. You should make inquiries to who's responsible for repair work to the retaining wall and maintaining it. We're at the right elevation. We're at the rear right elevation. We have an access panel here to the jacuzzi tub. That's a good touch, often they're missed. We have some really bad erosion at the foundation on the right hand side. You can see how it's badly eroded. It's caused by a number of things. Roof runoff. Got a gutter there, could be being overcome by the sheer amount of volume of water. In addition to that, there's the sprinkler heads. They too can cause erosion. We're at the rear right elevation. Up here, right at the top of the rake of the roof here, got a hole in the siding and the roof. Now we're going to go inside and look at the roof, the ceilings in the second floor, see if we've got movement inside as we've got a movement outside. I'm hoping there's nothing there. So this is the stairs, all solid as we're walking up, nice to see. And we're into the games room, and the movement is at the front left elevation. Begin here, and if it's severe it will show itself cracks in the ceilings and cracks at the window. Nothing. This is good. See, I expect to find cracks in walls in Texas. The only time I start to get concerned is when I find that the sheetrock cracks inside and doors jam when you open and close them. And we are right around the area where I'd expect it to affect the building if it was a significant amount of movement. Okay, it's all looking good. I might change my mind later. We'll come back to it, because there's a few other things I look at in terms of working out the stability of the foundation. We're at the front elevation, and what we're looking for is the condition of the roof. Now, there's roof damage here. You can see a couple of chunks taken out of the roof. There's also signs of impact damage. Impact damage, euphemism for hail. I can't necessarily prove that it's hail, nor can I establish any latent, hidden damage of hail. It's just not possible. What I can tell you is that this roof in this area does have some issues. There are some areas where the shingles are showing signs of wear, and it may be that in the near future you're going to have to carry out some work on this particular area. It's at the front elevation over the porch are in poor condition. See down here we've got some caulking that's been carried out. You shouldn't really need to caulk in this area. So what that indicates is there was a leak here at some point, and somebody's been trying to find out how to fix that leak. Well, it may not have been the flashings that are leaking, it could have been something else, but you see all along here, you shouldn't need this amount of caulking around the flashing. Here we've got additional caulking. It could have been done by the builder, but it looks like it's been done by a homeowner. What I do know is that the builder didn't do a good job of caulking. We've got a hole there in the caulking. There appears to be quite a lot of impact damage at the front right elevation, and I would recommend that you seek an opinion from an insurance company as to the condition of the roof and whether it needs to be replaced. We've got here a damaged shingle, and there's multiple instances of this damage. This is very typical. This type of damage is typical of hail. Now, a little bit of hail damage can be quite acceptable, but it's not my opinion that counts. It's the builders, it's the insurance company.
Hello, my name is Craig Ackman with Drop Dead Pest Control. I'm at 2701 Laurel Oaks Drive in McKinney, Texas, doing a wood destroying insect inspection on the home here today. It's a two-story brick home with a slab foundation. I've inspected the inside and the outside very thoroughly. Got some general pest control things going on as far as rover ants, spiders, different things. On the outside, the inside looks to be relatively in good shape except for small house spiders, different things like that. The outside of the house, though, has a couple of things going on with carpenter ants, with soil levels, with foliage that need to be corrected here at this particular property. It's noted on the graph, and you'll see throughout the entire inspection that the soil levels around 3/4 of the house are below the minimums that they should be. We need to get that corrected so that we don't have any foundation problems. One of the form boards were left in place when the construction was done. That form board is now rotted, and that draws termites to you. Right now it has a very immature carpenter ant colony starting right now, so it needs to be treated. Putting that in the report. There are no active termites on the property, inside or outside. The carpenter ants don't seem to be inside yet, but they will be. The rover ants, which are not wood destroying, but as part of this inspection you get to know about, are much more of an infestation that needs to be taken care of on the opposite end of the house, which is a little black ant that goes for moisture. It will colonize inside the wall, but will not eat the wood. That's just a bonus with the yellow hat inspections. So there are no active termites. There is carpenter ants. Need to get that treated. The foliage needs to be cut away from the house as well. If you have any questions, please give me a call at 972-359-0803. Craig Ackman, Drop Dead Pest Control.
I'm at the rear elevation, and there's extensive signs of hail damage. I would say hail damage is affecting close to 30 or 40% of the roof surface over the porch and the master bedroom. I'm just about to inspect the attics, but we're in the garage, and while I'm here I'm going to talk about things that are straight in front of me. First thing is the attic stairs incorrectly installed. You can see it's not quite straight. It should be. That will weaken it and make it dangerous to use over the years. In addition, the attic hatch, which is here, should have a weather seal on it to turn it into a fire break. Without that, any sort of fire occurring in the in the garage can get up into the attic. Now, while we're on the subject, this is a fire door. It's a 20-minute fire door required. It's nice and solid and heavy. What it's missing, though, are self-returning hinges or a self-closing mechanism which could be fitted to the top. So this renders the fireproofing of the garage pretty useless. We're in the attic over the garage. Over here we have Romex cable in contact with a gas pipe. Should be something separated them. Piece of wood, anything just to keep the two apart. They shouldn't be touching. What I'm looking for are gaps in the actual ceiling rafters, and the ridge board indicates movement if there's any. They're pretty solid, nothing there. Now here you can see we've got an opening. It's going actually straight into the building. That should be sealed. Again, for the same reason we talked about the seal down below here. There's a seal on the thing as a fire break. There shouldn't be any break here, any opening. so that any flames getting up here, or gases or fumes, do not get through. I'm in the upper attic. There's no observable separation between the bridgeboard and the rafters, which is good. The air conditioning unit. There's no heavy rust in the pan, that's good news. We have a heat trap here, that's good. This is the gas supply line. What's missing from this gas supply line is a sediment trap. It's the other air conditioning unit. Again, the sediment trap's missing from the line. And we have wires passing unprotected into metal cabinetry. This cabinet is sharp and it can cut the wires. It's a window inspection. What I'm looking for is water penetration basically, and damage to the glazing. Now, I need both hands when I open the window, so I've opened some of the windows, not all of them. They're all sticky. Nobody ever opens their windows much in California. In Texas, unlike California, the weather can get very, very hot in summer, so those windows stay closed. Little signs of water penetration at the window at the right elevation. Down here and down here. That's often due, down here. That's often due to failing caulking. The caulking in these buildings, is prone to deteriorate over time. With the sun, it cooks it and it starts to go hard. So you see a note there. It's not catastrophic, but it's there is a little bit of water penetration there. At the rear elevation, it's under the porch. You notice how nice and clean the sill is because there's no water hitting the windows, and so we don't suffer from that issue of water penetration at that point. And we've got some windows down here. No signs of water penetration at those. This is all good news. So just a little bit of water penetration at the right of the building, and I put that down to caulking. Master bedroom. All the glazing is looking in good condition, and no signs of water coming through here either. Okay, let's go and look at the windows upstairs. Let's look at the bathroom. Yeah, a little bit of water penetration at the bathroom window. Not a great deal. Again, check out the caulking. It's almost certainly poor caulking that's causing that. In the games room. Yeah, a little bit of water penetration at the right elevation on the second floor. We have a nail pop up here, another one there. Front elevation, right hand side. We have a lot of build up of soot in the chimney of fireplace. It needs to be swept before you use it, because in the actual soot is creosote and that can cause fire. I'm standing at the electrical panel. The electrical panel has the incorrect screws in it. See these screws here? These are sheet metal screws. They're going to have very sharp points on it, and as such they can cut through the insulation on the wiring inside and cause it to short circuit and to electrocute somebody. Let's take it apart. This is the electrical panel. No grounding bar. Yes there is. Here's the grounding bar. Yeah, good. Sheetrock damage to the wall in the garage. external compressor. It's been running for a couple of hours now. Overall condition appears to be good. And we got good insulation on the cold pipes, isolators. And the two units are level. This is the guest bathroom on the ground floor. Hot water still here to come through. Leave that running for a moment. Look at the plumbing here. And we've got full functional flow from the hot water. And this sink is not fixed in place, so it could move, cause a problem. Yep, we have hot water on the way, which is good. And we have hot water here. There's the kitchen sink. Just stuff out. Running. It's making a lot of noise, vibrating a bit. Dishwasher has an anti-siphon device, that's good news. We're going to check out the master. Extraction. Flushes. Very good functional flow. Hot water, hot water, hot water. We've got a safe in the floor. Yep, safe in the floor. A couple of pipes coming straight up from the foundation. And likewise here. Those bosses should be actually sealed and fixed properly. before, but from the video. Another chip in the bath here. This is in the guest bathroom here. Again, because it's cosmetic, you won't see it in the report. Water heater doesn't have a sediment trap on the gas line, it should do. It's a temperature pressure relief valve and the down line. And the temperature pressure relief valve is not working, it's not operating. That must be replaced, it's a safety device and you cannot leave it here running without that being swapped out. This is the water heater itself. Corrosion at the valve here. We have a little bit of corrosion showing up here. The vent hood is okay, it's in place, but it should have metal screws going through, steel screws going through here and here, and at the legs to protect it from moving, stop it from moving. Drain stop for the master bath is broken. Here's the fitting you see at the end of it. It should actually have unscrewed, but it doesn't, it's broken off. You might be able to see in the video the broken parts of the drain itself. So that's what well, I've filled the tub, but it's still running, so you're going to have to get something to fix that drain. The jets work, but of course with a running drain it's going to run dry while you use it. And in here we should have a GFCI. There's the GFCI for it. It's the microwave. We're going to run the microwave using a little bit of water. All about there, and we're going to just run it for about 30 seconds and it should heat up. It is running. Once doing that, that's the extractor fan, recirculating type light. Okay, turntable off, on. And we should have hot water. And it comes, and yep, that is hot. 30 seconds, about an ounce of food there. We have the burners fired up, you can see them glowing there. Garage doors. attachment mechanism. Opener. All's working well here. Zone 1 is the shower, sprinkler head for the flower bed at the front elevation in front of the porch. Heads are all working and they seem to have good patterns. Zone 2 is the front elevation, right hand lawn up to the curb. We seem to have good coverage, no heads broken, nice shape and pattern to the spray heads. Zone 3, the left hand yard, and in Zone 3 we have a broken head, easy to fix but there it is. Zone 4, rear yard. The carpet in general is worn, it's ageing, there are stains in various places. It's been cleaned, but I don't think it will come any cleaner than it is now. Most of the high traffic areas, the pile has flattened, and that's also true of the carpet upstairs. We're in the attic, the furnaces are fired up, some blue flame in here, and then blue flame in this one here, so both furnaces are operational.